Let's start, guys. So, story 1. Little girl in a white gown late at night. My best friend grew up in a nice subdivision that we would explore all the time. We discovered early on this graveyard fenced off in the middle of his neighborhood, not too far from the neighborhood playground when we would play. Well, fast forward to high school when my dad and I were going over to their house after a basketball game one night to hang out. Mind you, it's 11 p.m. and pitch black in this neighborhood when we pull up. We get out of the car and I notice over by this tree in their yard this little girl, clear as day, in an old-looking white gown, and I ask my dad why this little girl is just outside this late at night. So he notices her too and calls out to her, but she just stares at us, so we go inside and he asks if any of their neighbors has a young daughter, but none of the neighbors did. So we go back out to see where she went, and she was nowhere to be found. Fast forward a couple more years and my dad gets a call from my friend's mom saying she just had the weirdest conversation with someone in their neighborhood, and he brought up the graveyard and how one of the families buried in that graveyard in the neighborhood had a little girl no older than the girl we saw buried there with them. Still gives me and my dad chills to this day. Story 2. Something in our house. So in my childhood home growing up, my younger brother and I were creeped out a few times when we were home alone and stuff happened. Most of the stuff that happened never happened when my parents were there, but only when my brother and I were alone. So we had a 2-story house and my bedroom was upstairs in the front part of the house. Quite a few times when my brother and I were alone we heard thumps and noises upstairs sounding like things falling over or even someone having a party, and later when my parents came home and we were brave enough to go upstairs, nothing would be out of place. One evening I had my friend Jenny spending the night with me, and we had just started to go to bed. I had my bedroom door closed, and to get to my room you had to go upstairs, turn the corner, walk the hallway, wood creaky floor, and then come to my door. This is important because when you walk down the hall there is no way to sneak in or out due to the creaky floor. The flooring literally lets you hear every footstep. Jenny and I are talking and we both hear loud, distinctive footsteps come right up to my door and stop. Now I was cocky because I was sure it was my younger brother being a pain in the behind. I jumped out of bed and threw open the door, and no one was there. I was a bit spooked, but then I doubled down and ran downstairs where my brother was sitting with my dad working a puzzle and started screaming at my brother. My dad calmly looked at me and stated my brother had never left his side. I came back upstairs and Jenny wanted to go home. Story 3. Ghost in neighborhood rooftop. Hello friends, it was very scary experience for me, and it's not fake, it's not false, it's my first time sighting of ghosts in my whole life. So I live in India, Chhattisgarh, in very small town village, so I'm a daily smoker, so every night after dinner I go outside for smoking from my house, so just 15 walks away my neighborhood government quarters. It was very scary, I can't even write down whole story, it's late night, and I am scared to talk about these things. I will continue this story in morning, so please don't mind friends, I'm literally fucking scared, that's why I'm writing this on Reddit. I wanted to express my feelings, what others think about ghosts. Actually from today I 100% agree that ghosts really exist, they are always nearby but we don't realize. Okay, I will continue my story, but I'm scared. So when I was smoking in my neighborhood there was very plants and trees, and from there belong very small gate to come inside colony, and go outside of colony very small gate in the back of the colony. So I was standing there and smoking cigarettes, and I have some cold water from my freeze because it's summer season here. Suddenly phone rang, it's my girlfriend, and I continued taking with her in phone call. It never ever happened before. I do this stuff daily, going out after dinner in the backyard or beside of my house and smoking and talking with my girlfriend. So today, I was doing same thing. From where I was standing I rotate my head in upper direction from where roof of neighborhood quarters are visible, and behind that quarters there belongs very old trees. So once again this never happened before. I rotated my head in upper direction. I saw black humanoid figure. For 1 second I was thinking someone from the quarter is there. I think they are there taking their dry clothes, and it's late night, 11:30 something. I'm writing this post on 12:49, so but the thing is I think it's dark here, that's why that JS appearing black. I thought someone from quarter is there, but the Scary part is there is channel gate in middle of 2/4 and in channel there is stairs to go up, so when I was coming here the channel gate is closed, so someone have opened the gate and came to rooftop, so when I suddenly rotated my head I saw black humanoid figure. I think that's also saw me just second I saw that thing that is going back and leaned in rooftop, so I thought someone dryd their chips and here for taking it back inside, but if there's some person he will stand up again taking their chips and return to the stairs, but this not happened. That thing disappeared and my mind clicked, that's not something normal. I started coming back to check channel gate, but channel gate is closed, no one opened the gate. I was completely terrified till now my mind cannot process that thing what it was, but I can say confidently K saw a ghost for the first time in my life. You guys want see the picture of the area? Please comment, I will post photos of that area and quarter building finds. Sorry my English is no so good, but I have tried my best to express my feelings and what's happened to me. Thanks guys for listening my experience. I don't want to experience this again in my life. Stay blessed friends. Thanks. Story 4. I don't know what to do. At this point, this is a cry for help because I never thought it would happen to me, but here we are. So, I live with my parents currently and have always felt a presence from the other side, like a ghost. I never thought much of it, and it didn't really bother me. But in October of 2023, my parents began renovating our home, and I think whatever is present in our home is mad that we renovated. I can feel the presence, but now it feels negative, not like ever before. I thought I was crazy and never said anything until today. My friend and I were chit-chatting on her bedroom floor, and I turned and asked her, "Do you believe in ghosts or presence?" And she's like, "Yes, why?" And then I was like, "Have you ever felt a presence in my house?" And she's like, "Yeah, I never wanted to bring it up." And then she gave me a whole rundown of things she and others have experienced in my home while I was asleep. So yes, LV decided to cleanse my house. So this is it. Like, subscribe to this channel, and thanks from Lil Teller.